Welcome. We are visiting chapter 1 of Pingal Chand Vedanga. In the previous session, we have glimpsed the organization and other aspects of Sutra 1 to 8. Today, in continuity, we will be refreshing Sutra 1 to 8 and will be continuing with Sutras 9 to 15. Chapter 1 is a scripture of 15 sutras. This organization has 8 and 7, making 15, is a valuable distinctive feature of this organization. Value 8 and 8 double-digit numbers of 3-place value system is the parallel organization format for which the geometric format is being availed here in the organization of this text. Then we shall be also visiting pair of consecutive values. See, chapter 1 of the text is a scripture of 15 sutras. Dhi, Shri, Istrama, it is a Mangana. Like that, up till Sutra 8, Na, Has, Na is a Nagana. From Magana to Nagana, there are 8 sets, there are 8 collections, there are 8 ganas. These 8 ganas, as we have seen, are having the features of 3-dimensional frames: cube, a 3-space body, a representative regular body of 3 space, splits into 8 octants. Therefore, the setup of a cube, a 3-space, as 8 octants, as 8 distinct 3-dimensional frames, is the value for which the format is being worked out here. It is this feature of the organization and knowledge of chapter 1 which in a way is the foundational comprehension and reach of Vedic systems. Vedic systems are approaching the existence phenomenon of our solar universe initially as of manifested features within creators of space. Now it is this organization of the text which takes us to the vowels of these syllables. In each of Sutra 1 to Sutra 8, there are triple syllables, there are triple vowels. It is this feature of triple vowels as triple dimensions of the respective 3-dimensional frame of the respective octant, respective subcube of a cube, which deserves to be comprehended well. We have seen that the Shloka 1, Sutra 1 as Mangana has taken us to a 3-dimensional frame of triple spatial dimensions. As is being tabulated here in a blue color, Mangana, it is the format of Sutra 1. This organization format of Sutra 1 as Mangana is the organization of a 3-dimensional frame of triple spatial dimensions. These triple spatial dimensions would mean 3 planes are being availed for the three-dimensional frame. Here below, the tabulation of Mangana is being depicted as a setup of triple planes. Therefore, the comprehension and imbibing of the organization format of Sutra 1 is going to be triple dimensions as triple values 2, as triple planes, as triple spatial dimensions. Sutra 2 is Yagana, the corresponding three-dimensional frame, as Yagana is a setup of first dimension as a line, as of a linear setup. Second and third dimensions of Yagana are a pair of spatial dimensions. Therefore, Mangana is a three-dimensional frame of triple spatial dimensions. Yagana is a three-dimensional frame of one linear dimension and remaining pair of dimensions as spatial dimensions. The step ahead, Sutra 3, Ragana, is also a three-dimensional frame of triple dimensions, of which the first dimension is of spatial order, second dimension, the middle dimension, is of linear order, and the third, the final dimension, as well is of a spatial dimension. The distinction between Jagana and Ragana, between the organization format of Sutra 2 and Sutra 3 is that in both cases there are three dimensions and two of them are spatial. However, it is the placement of the third linear dimension which makes all the difference. In case of Yagana, the first dimension is linear and second and third dimensions are spatial. However, in case of Ragana, first dimension is spatial, second is linear, and third again is a spatial. A step ahead, the Sutra 4 as Pagana as well is a three-dimensional frame. However, here as well, though there are two spatial dimensions and one linear dimension, but the first two dimensions are spatial here and the third dimension is linear. Therefore, one shall sit comfortably and imbibe this distinctive organization features of Yagana, Ragana, and Pagana. In all these three ganas, there are pair of spatial dimensions along with the single linear dimension. However, it is the placement of this linear dimension which makes all the difference in respect of the organization format features. See, Yagana, Ragana, and Pagana is having a single linear dimension. However, in Yagana, it is the first dimension which is linear. In Ragana, it is the second dimension which is linear. And in case of Pagana, it is the third dimension which is linear. Therefore, it will be blissful feature that when first dimension is linear, it is Yagana. When second dimension is linear, it is Ragana. And when third dimension is linear, it is Pagana. So the distinctive feature of organization formats of second, third, and fourth sutras as Yagana, Ragana, and Pagana is that here the three-dimensional frames are of distinctive features as much as that in case of Yagana, it is the first dimension which is linear. In case of Ragana, it is the middle dimension which is linear. And in case of Pagana, it is the third dimension which is linear. Now, Sutra 5 is a sutra where there are pair of linear dimensions and third dimension is a spatial dimension. Here as well, we shall be having a blissful reach as that fifth, sixth, and seventh sutras having three-dimensional frames organization formats over the distinction in respect of fifth, sixth, and seventh is that in case of fifth, it is the third dimension which is spatial. In case of Jagana, it is the middle dimension which is spatial. And in case of Bhagana, it is the first dimension which is spatial. So see, the sutras 2, 3, and 4 are constituting one group. And this group is of distinctive feature as that all these three-dimensional frames are having one linear dimension. The placement is as first, second, and third in respect of Yagana, Ragana, and Tagana. However, in case of Sutra 5, 6, and 7, there is a single spatial dimension, and its placement in case of fifth sutra is as third dimension. In case of sixth sutra, it is a second dimension, and in case of Bhagana, the seventh sutra, it is the first placement. And finally, the eighth gana is Nangana, and it is a dimensional frame of triple linear dimensions. One shall sit comfortably and be face to face with this organization, comprehension, and reach of the Vedic systems. Vedic systems are approaching three space as a three space body which splits into 8 octants bodies. Therefore, when we will be approaching this setup as cube, as hypercube 3, as the representative regular body of a 3 space, then we will see that cube splits into 8 subcubes parallel to 3 space splitting into 8 octants. So each of these 8 subcubes as such is the representative regular body manifestation along the formats of 8 octants split of 3 space. It is this feature which makes the Vedic approach to the manifested existence phenomenon of our solar universe. The cube itself is being approached in terms of its 8 subcubes. The split of 3 space into 8 octants and cube splitting into 8 subcubes. 8 subcubes manifesting as per the organization format features of 8 octants of 3 space. Therefore, the sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with this organization format, and this foundational approach of the geometric format shall see that the text which is availing Devanagari alphabets, letters, and amongst them the focus here is going to be upon the vowels. The whole range of vowels as such are being put into 2 classes. First class is of first 4 vowels. These first 4 vowels are taken as of value 1 each. These are being taken as of geometric formats of linear dimensions. Therefore, A, E, U, and Re are the 4 vowels which are of the format of a linear dimension. Therefore, the concept of a linear dimension is being specifically utilized for a chase of the first four vowels. Then the fifth vowel as such is being not mentioned specifically here, and the elongated first vowel means the duplicate value of a plus a, e plus e, u plus u, re plus re. These four are the long vowels, elongated vowels, and the value attached to them is 2. A has value 1, A plus A has value 2, E has value 1, E plus E has value 2, U has value 1, U plus U has value 2, Re has value 1, Re plus Re has value 2. And then the other four vowels, A, sixth vowel, O, seventh vowel, A, the eighth vowel, and Au, the ninth vowel, as well are the synthetic setups of pair of vowels. We know A is A plus E, O is A plus U, A is equal to A plus A, O is equal to O plus O. So these 8 vowels are long vowels, and these get value 2, and accordingly the parallel geometric format comes to be of a spatial dimension. So the sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with the organization format features of the Pingal Chand Shastra shell at this initial stage of the values of sutras 1 to 8 as per their geometric formats shall have clear tabulation as to how the first four vowels are having attachment of value 1, while the other 8 as being tabulated here are having value 2. It is in this background that we have to be through Sutra 9 to Sutra 15. These 7 sutras are in fact providing the definition and specific explicit meanings which are to be attached to short vowel, how it is going to be symbol as a vertical line, and its value is going to be 1. It is called lagu. Then there is going to be a short vowel is taken when in elongated form it gets a symbol like a curve, and its value is going to be 2. So other Sutra 11 has further explicit information as that 2 short vowels are equal to 1 long vowel. It is like 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. And the Sutra 12 is associating a value as that the long vowel is a value 2. So it is in a way a specific further explicit information. The Sutra 13 gives us the 2 short vowels make a 1 long vowel. And the Sutra 14 gives it an rule as that the last vowel will be having a placement, and it will be attached as a value which may be as a short vowel or a long vowel. So here the rule of interpretation has been mentioned, and Sutra 15 is just final declaration that here stands completed this set of association of the values. Now see, we have to appreciate this as that we are approaching for the structural split of a cube as hypercube 3, representative regular body of 3 space manifesting within the creator space, and the split of cube within hypercube 4 is going to be a split of 3 space into 8 octants and the 8 subcubes as such residing back to the solid boundary of hypercube 4. It is this reach at the origin of 3 space or center of a cube which permits a split, and as a result thereof 4 space is unfolded. And it is here when we reach at the center of the creator's space, 5 space, which is a 3 solid dimensional frame, and the 5 solid dimensions making value 15, and therefore the 15 sutras range as value of the text of chapter 1 is parallel to the geometric format of value 15 of a solid dimensional frame of 5 space as the origin of a 4 space. It is from here where the reach is going to be within a creator's space, which itself is having a quadruple spatial dimensions format of value 16. So a reach from a solid dimensional frame of value 15 to the value 16 parallel with the dimensional frame of quadruple spatial dimensions is going to be a reach from the organization format of chapter 1 to chapter 2. When we will be visiting this transition, then we shall also be visiting the inherent format features of value 8 as well as of the pair of consecutive values like 0, 1. 0 raised per 1 is equal to 0 and 1 raised per 0 is equal to 1 is a very beautiful feature. Difference value is 1. We are availing this feature for reaching at the real fields where the pair of groups, the pair of distinct identities and having interrelationship as a case feature. Then if we will be reaching the pair of values 2 and 3, beautifully will be reaching as 2 raised by 3 is 8 and 3 raised by 2 is 9. The difference value again is 1. It is here where the distinctive happening is to be appreciated, and for it we have to be face to face with the organization format features of values pair 1 and 2, which also gives 1 raised by 2 is 1, 2 raised by 1, 2, and difference value is 1. If we want to be parallel with the Vedic systems, then we shall appreciate as to how the reach from values pair 0, 1 is to be had at values pair 1 and 2. The Vedic systems begin with this format. So Sutra 1 to Sutra 8 of chapter 1 of Pingal Chand Shastra are availing this values pair format, that is 1 and 2. Thank you very much.